to guy Boris Yelstine. They still call me the wolf of real estate, and I still don't know why. What drove me into real estate? I grew up in a very humble neighborhood behind Lavington, and it's out there. And being there, I could see the life in Lavington and life in my neighborhood. There was a very big difference. Anytime you do anything in life that is bigger than you need a team. And my team has been so instrumental when it comes to building the brand and pushing it. Competitions trying to catch up with us. We always have to be on top of our game, just always on top of our game, just to be able to stand out. Because the market is watching and everyone wants to take a spot. It's your guy Boris Yelstine. Welcome into our new episode of Realty Boris podcast. On this podcast, we'll be going deep into understanding real estate in Nairobi, Kenya. With me is
Terry, of course, and I am so delighted to be a part of this and be able to just share with you and interact with you about the entire journey that you have gone through.
entire journey. What do you mean entire journey?
The real estate journey. I believe that you started somewhere to get where you are to be a real estate mogul as you are. So I believe that you have a lot to share with us.
Yeah, of course, I have a lot to share, the time is too short, right? We'll get to know more about me and my insight, my experience, on the episodes that are gonna come.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So just for starters, I think the audience and I would love to know what got you into real estate.
Before we get to what got me into real estate, I think it's also important to just let them know what my name is. My name is Boris Yelstine.
The wolf of real estate.
That's what they call me, but I don't know why. I still don't know why. My name is Boris Yelstine, and me is Terry. Terry is my colleague in the office. You always see a lot on the videos, right? And Terry has been very instrumental just trying to push our brand out there. And I like Terry's work ethic. And Terry, I think you've been a very good colleague of mine.
I appreciate.
And thank you so much.
Thank you so much for also being with me and walking with me through the entire journey of me learning the ropes and me getting to understand exactly how to be able to push our brand out there.
Amazing. You asked me a question. You asked me, what is the question? Just remind me.
My question is, what made you, what rather drove you into real estate?
What drove me, very good question. What drove me into real estate? I grew up in a very humble neighborhood behind Lavington, and it's out there. And being there, I could see the life in Lavington and life in my neighborhood. There was a very big difference in terms of, just environment and the vibe, it was so different. And at time reached where everything wasn't working for me, and having a background in sales, I googled the highest paying product in the world to sell. I guess what came on my screen? Real estate. And real estate, and I went deep to search, at the best real estate agents in the world, and I began following them. And the next day I was out walking, knocking doors. It's just knocking doors, just knocking. I was knocking doors, introducing myself, looking for clients through caretakers and getmen and blah blah blah. Even right now, when you walk just with me in Lavington, many watchmen know me by my name, and that is just courtesy to just going down there, talking to them, connecting. That's why even in our office, agents will mention a property, I will know it by the name and even the caretaker who's there. So that helped me a lot just to understand real estate. So I got into it, started renting houses, moved into renting big apartments, villas, went into selling smaller units, grew into villas, sold land. Now here we are.
Absolutely.
Huge team with many agents, and we're hiring more in the next 2-3 months, and all thanks to Allah.
And the beauty about it is that I have noticed, or rather, being a part of the team, we definitely do focus on a certain niche. We have so many realtors in the entire Nairobi, or rather even Kenya. What was your thought when it came to, I want to serve a specific market? How did you come to that?
That's very, very, very good question. Segmentation, right?
Yes.
In regards to segmentation, I chose to serve a place that I understand, right? Because growing up in behind Lavington, I knew Lavington so well, so it was easy for me to walk around, and my choice came through also economics. What do I mean? I mean, I could easily walk into Lavington. I didn't have to, look for a mat or something to connect. I would just walk into Lavington and look for houses and start renting them. So it was easier for me. And then again, I learned somewhere that when doing real estate, you don't need to be everywhere. Start with a neighborhood, master it, be a master of that neighborhood. Then once you've grown so well, then now you can move into other neighborhoods. When you have the muscle, you have the financial muscle, you can easily now, expand to those neighborhoods. So for me, that's how I chose Lavington, because of economics.
Okay. It was easily
It was
accessible to you.
yes, and I didn't need to have to use any money. I mean, I didn't need to use money or a lot of money to move from my neighborhood into Lavington. I could just walk into the neighborhood and start selling and start renting. That's how I got myself into Lavington, Kilimani, and Kieleshwa.
Well,
Yeah.
that's great. And I assume from the experience that you've had in these neighborhoods, you were able to notice the type of individuals that are living in these spaces, what sort of class, what sort of individuals are in these spaces. And I guess that you are fully aware what type of people occupy Lavington, what Kilimani has for a certain individual, or rather how Kileleshwa is for families as
In
well.
all honesty, this neighborhood is full of upper middle income earners. All right, it's a mix. Some places have also young professionals who are coming in. It's just a mixture. But then again, in terms of segmentation, again, if you go deep into understand these neighborhoods, you realize that Kilimani is full of young guys, so young, right?
Correct.
I'm sorry to say so young, but I mean young guys because it's a bit vibrant. It's highly populated as compared to Lavington and Kieleshwa. And for Lavington is full of gated communities, villas and big yards and big lands, and it's not densely populated as compared to Kilimani. It's a different class of people who live in Lavington. You'll even find the upper class living in Lavington, all right? If you move into Kileleshwa, it's not really highly populated, but also you've got professionals who live there. It's more quiet as compared to Kilimani. Kilimani, it's
I would say that I find Kileleshwa to be more family friendly.
okay.
It has that environment that is conducive. Maybe if you're starting a family,
Why
if
do
you
you think
have
so?
kids, it's green, it's serene, it's calm, and it's also close proximity to different places. So you feel like you can easily raise kids there because you have that serene environment. It's not too busy if you compare it to Kilimani, in all honesty.
I get you. For the past 3 years, Kileleshwa had the worst roads. They just fixed them recently, so I didn't like. In fact, old Kileleshwa. If you go to old Kileleshwa, that's very old houses.
Yeah.
I mean, just recently they began changing the houses, developing the neighborhood and all that. But I think I agree with you when it comes to family friendly. Now, Westlands is a bit different. Westlands has a lot of diplomats, foreigners, a lot of them in that neighborhood. And I think it's full of, I don't know, I think it's different demographics in Westlands. Of course, young, but mostly, expatriates. Yes, in Westlands.
Well, I agree with you on that. And I feel like before, Westlands was more considered to be a commercial ground, not really residential. But right now, we're trying to mix it up because it was also very vibrant in terms of the nightlife, the social hubs that we have there. It was more of commercialized as opposed to what now they're doing. People have just taken up the space and it's become more residential at the same time. So it's a mix.
It's still a place that anyone who wants to enjoy nightlife, would choose. But mostly expatriates prefer Westlands because of proximity to the embassies, the UN, the US embassy. I mean, that's the reason as to why Westlands is still the hub for diplomats and mostly expatriates. But then there is a gem in between Westlands, Kilimani, between Westlands and Lavington, and that is the Riverside Drive. Riverside Drive is more chilled, very clean
Yeah.
roads, feel green, and you'll also find expatriates living there because we have embassies in that neighborhood. And Riverside has the highest rental yield as compared to Lavington, Kileleshwa, and Kilimani. It goes toe to toe with Westlands.
Well, does that mean we're having many developers moving to that area to start developing and creating these residences that people can move into and purchase? Would you consider it very, very, very conducive when it comes to the rental yield that we get from there?
I think it has high rental yield, but the problem is the prices. Land prices are so high in Riverside Drive, and so therefore it limits the number of developers moving to that neighborhood. So there are very few developers who build in that area, and it's quite restricted. Riverside Drive is a bit different. You won't see apartments sprouting everywhere. No, no, no. It's a bit controlled. But then you never know. It's Nairobi, you never know. I mean, we used to say that about Lavington, and things are changing. Things are changing.
Well,
Honestly,
yeah.
yes, things are changing. So you can't say much. I'm just an agent. I'm not CS lands or blah blah blah. I mean, things are changing. Yeah, you can't say that it's impossible. Yes.
Absolutely, because I remember we considered Lavington to be a protected area, but at the same time, we're seeing high rises coming up. So definitely, maybe in the near future, we might have also Riverside turning into that. But I feel like considering we have so many embassies there, I think it would be safer to say that.
I would wish if we could leave Riverside as it is. It's the only green place or space remaining or neighborhood. I mean, we just need to leave it the way it is. It's so clean, it's so quiet, and very few properties come up in that neighborhood. So therefore, owners of property in that neighborhood, they experience a higher rental yield as well as they enjoy, right? Very good capital appreciations in that neighborhood. So for me, I think they should maintain the way it is. They should not change it. Because sometimes you realize that with laws and regulations, you'll find the developers building high rises on Riverside Drive, and soon to lose value. So for me, I would love it just the way it is.
I agree with you on
Yeah.
that because it's very nice. It's a sweet place to reside in. So having all those high rises bombarded in that sector would just ruin the beauty of it. And also, I would love to touch on yourself being as a serial agent who has had nearly close to 10 billion in sales, if I'm correct. What would be your thought, or rather the experience you've had in terms of the investors who are looking to invest into the country, the diplomats, the expatriates, everyone coming into the country? We have so many people coming in and they really want to invest in Kenya. And if you look at what we have at the moment in Africa, Kenya is considered to be a very high rising land, or rather country, to invest in. What is your take on that?
What's my take on that? I gotta think it's the right time to invest in Nairobi. Because they say you buy now. Buy now. Don't wait. Just buy now and wait. Don't wait to buy. Just buy now. What you're seeing right now, it shows that our economy is growing. And in that sense, I'll be on the forefront, right, to catch the wave. I'll buy right now and wait. And we have a lot of investors coming in terms of purchase. Like I told you, I have investors all the way from the US who are buying. I have other investors from Tanzania who are buying Kenya. So it's mixed and it's free. Kenya doesn't have a lot of regulations like Tanzania. You know that, right?
Correct.
You can own property in Kenya, right? Just with your passport number, you can own property in Kenya. It's not really regulated or controlled. Kenya is an open market. That's why you realize you've got a lot of foreigners coming in to buy Kenya. What I can tell, those who are watching and those who are listening to us, if you're a foreigner and you're thinking, to buy either in any place in Africa, I think I would advise you to go into Nairobi, Kenya, because our population is growing drastically. I think right now we are at 7 million Nairobi, right? And real estate has opened up for everyone. I've seen a lot of diaspora, buyers buying here, they're investing back home. I've seen a lot of international buyers buying in Kenya. South Americans, North Americans, Europeans are buying in Nairobi, Kenya. And it's so simple. But then they need the guidance of a very good lawyer who understands conveyancing and matters real estate 100%.
I completely agree with you on that because sometimes you'll find that they might be misguided, or rather, you'll find a foreigner who's skeptical about putting their money in because they feel like they have this sense of thought whereby they don't feel like maybe somebody might try to take the investment away from them in the sense that they're not Kenyans. Would you assure our viewers or our listeners that it is very safe to put their money here in Nairobi?
It's very safe to put your money here in Nairobi. Like I've told you, the only way to avoid that is to work with a reputable, you know, legal mind or lawyer in the market. They'll guide you through that phase. I also said that it's so easy to own property in Kenya. There is no limitation. But then again, I'll go deep into property ownership on our, subsequent episodes. It's so open. You only need your you only need your passport number, right? Your contact, your email address. It's very simple. And then you also need to get what is called a KRA, PIN number, which of course your lawyer can help you acquire. It's very simple. Kenya has a very promising real estate future. It's still a developing country. And if I was an investor, I would jump into a developing country because trust me, in the next 10, 15 years, it won't be the same.
Well, I agree with you on that. When it comes to real estate, many would think it's a bed of roses because that is the assumption I see from the online audiences we do have. Many would think it's just a bed of roses whereby you just sell, commission comes out, everything is good, set. I am pretty sure you've encountered some challenges. Of course, there are highs and lows, but we also have challenges which also shape the type of person you become, of which you become a mogul in the industry.
Really humble.
So, what are some of the challenges you've faced?
Well, I was a rookie and I was operating alone. Um, the challenge I had was mostly managing a lot of inquiries, and I could have overlapping meetings and mess up clients. It was too much for me. That was the challenge I had mostly, getting in the market. Another one was understanding the market when I was growing in the business. So as time went by, I think I understood, the craft, and trust me, it has never been simple because every day the challenges coming in. Like right now, the team we have right now, right, was not the team we had like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Things have changed, and it's always challenging. Another thing, it's competition. You come up with something, people copy. You always have to reinvent. I have my producer. It's called Bill. He can see me right now. Right? He's the one in charge of the cameras. Today we were shooting in Runda, and tells me, Boris, you know what? I feel like something with you. You're very creative. You could be a very good producer. Then it dawned on me that is the reason as to why many of my competitors haven't been able to catch up with me because I always reinvent. I'll give an assignment, tomorrow morning I change it. And my guys complain like, Boris, you're always changing stuff. But the reason as to why I'm always changing is because competition is trying to catch up with us. We always have to be on top of our game, just always on top of our game just to be able to stand out. Because the market is watching and everyone wants to take your spot. You always have to be up there to box them out. And trust me, I'm a wolf. I always go all in and I go all in, trust me. So 100%, I always go all in. And for my competitors to catch up, they also have to keep up with the pace. They have to keep up with the energy. They have to read, they have to research, they have to do 130%, or else I'll beat them.
Absolutely. And I think that it's also quite ideal to be the trendsetter.
Yeah, I think that is very true. I don't want to go deep into my secrets. That is.
We'll not spill the tea right here.
I don't want to spill the tea. I don't want to do that because there is so much I've amassed with all this time doing this business that I think one day I'll also sit down and write a book, or maybe just do a podcast for 10 hours talking about how I began all this thing and how it has morphed to become a big thing in the market. And trust me, all this has been possible not because of me, but the people around me. Now, Talking about people around me, Realty Boris has been coined and curated by my colleagues who support me. I am the vision bearer, but then again, I have people who believe in what we do, right? Who wake up every day to make things work, right? Guys who arrive here early in the morning just to fix things. So it's not only Boris, it's people around Boris and Realty Boris, the brand itself. It's bigger than even me. I told you that time, like, this thing is so big that I can't even manage, I cannot manage it myself. You see, we're expanding right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bigger. And so therefore, I will not be so important. It's the team that is important. Anytime you do anything in life that is bigger than you need a team. And my team has been so instrumental when it comes to building the brand and pushing it, serving our clients all over the world. I can tell you, we serve 80%. 80% of our clientele, right? 80% of our clientele are from diaspora, also international buyers. 20% are local buyers.
I completely agree with you on that because we have all sorts of people reaching out, all sorts of walks of life. They reach out to us, and which is truly inspiring. And also, it's very humbling to be able to experience that type of, trend coming in, that type of push, that type of motivation. It shows you that every single person putting in work definitely pushes up farther to where we're headed and where we're going to and what we have.
And do not forget that it's not all about us only. The people who trust, who believe in us, who pray for us, who support us, who buy from us, our clients. Like I told you, 20% is from Kenya. Now distribute the 80% in all other continents. 20 in Europe, 20 in America, 20 in South America, 20 in Asia. I mean, these people have been so supportive. And that is why me and you can sit down here and have this chat. I think it would be so unfair for us to finish this podcast without even saying thank you to our fans and our viewers, our clients all over the world, because Realty Boris is beyond the Kenyan market. It's all over the world.
Absolutely. We are worldwide.
Of course we are. We are worldwide.
Yeah.
Like, look, the clients you served in Loresho was from which country?
South Sudan.
South Sudan. The client Joel was serving today was from the US. The client, Faith was serving is still from the US.
Absolutely.
I mean, we get clients, and the client Rob was serving was from which country? I think Norway.
Norway.
I mean, you have clients all over the world, and these people are the ones who support this brand.
I completely agree with you with that because I feel like, many would think that real estate is tight. They would just have clients coming from the center of Kenya, but we are all over.
Now, let me talk about something. With the power of social media, we have been able to tap into the international markets. That's why we get all these buyers coming to buy from us. It's because we have tried to have social media dominance, like just being present on social media has really helped us to attract eyes on our side, international eyes to come buy from us as well as our local clients. And trust me, I'm very supportive to this brand.
It's a really, really strong weapon, and I love the fact that you took it and you ran with it.
Exactly. But then Terry, you sitting there, you need to talk about yourself. Why do you sit there? What puts you there?
Well, what puts me here is having the opportunity to be able to present, rather also market our company, and also just to be able to engage with the audience on exactly what they want to see, or rather what properties we have in Nairobi. And something else quite interesting is that many people think that the market is saturated, or rather we have so many things coming up. And personally, from my experience going to all these show houses, to all these beautiful homes, I can tell you for a fact that you don't have to think that the market is saturated, or you don't have to go into it. There is a lot to offer, and there's a lot for you to dive in and invest, or rather purchase your own property, because you can't say it's drying up, or rather it's become too monotonous. I feel like a lot is to come, and more of you guys should be able to reach out to us.
But then let me ask you, Terry, you've been in this industry for quite some time. I want you to be honest with me. Do you have any property in mind that you saw that you think, this is something else? Which one was that?
In terms of apartments or villas?
Give me villa.
If I was to mention, I have a couple. Don't get me wrong.
Give me one. Number one. Only one. I don't want 2 or 3. Only one.
Only one. I would say the villa that really caught my eye is the one we have in Runda. The one going for 350 million.
Why is that?
It seems so simple.
Very simple. I don't like it.
It seems so simple, but to be honest, it really caught my eye in the simplicity of it.
All right.
The fact that it's just built on, it just looks so simple on the outside.
All right.
When you enter inside is when you see, I like the finishing here.
All right.
The fact that they've used different types of woods.
All
we
right.
have cypress, we have mahogany,
You have
boulet.
Yeah.
So you look at it and you're like, it looks a bit odd. Personally, I love glass houses.
All right.
I love a marble house. The house in Kitsuru is my favorite, to be honest. That is what me, Boris.
I know, yeah.
That is something I love. But when I think of long term, I think of family, I think of home and kids. The Runda one is more family oriented.
All right.
The one in Kitsuru is one that I would live there as a bachelor myself.
Party girl.
Party every day. That one is a party house.
All right.
The one in Runda is more of family.
All right.
If you ask me.
Trust me, if I was to choose Kitusuru all day, all day Kitusuru, trust me. Do you know why?
Why?
Look, I love more modern. The one in Runda is a bit more, it's more, I'd say like a billionaire who has a master, enough wealth and wants just to chill. I would go for that. But then again, if I'm still young and the way I am, Kitusuru any day, any time. Come on. That is something else. And to take us like 2-3 years to build something like that again. It's rare. It's rare in the market. Look at the parking and look at the finishes, the finesse in it, the architecture behind it. It's something that this market has never seen.
I completely agree because it's very stylish.
Yeah, very
to be
stylish.
honest. I love the finishes.
Yeah.
Gold is my color.
Yeah, I know. I know that.
Every single detail.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking family. I'm getting older.
What an apartment.
Apartments? I would say.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me that.
I would say Saruni.
Oh, Saruni. You love Saruni more? Why Saruni?
The location, the finishes, and it's not too many. I love privacy. I'm very intimate with my life and how I love to stay. So I wouldn't say. Of course, I have different other choices that I love. Absolutely. I love the one we have in Kilimani.
All right.
Royal Legend. I absolutely love it. But I'm also thinking of what I like. I just like how Saruni is positioned. And also, if I'm going to go to the Westland side, that penthouse.
Penthouse in Westlands?
Yes.
All right.
Overlooking Karura Forest.
All right.
That is a gem.
You love it?
I love it.
For me, I think I'll go. If I was to choose an apartment, in all honesty, I'm torn in between the two. But then I'm torn in between two, but I have one that I think would carry the day. If I was to choose an apartment, I would choose the one just here. The penthouse, the 5-level penthouse. I love that. That was beautiful done, tasty. I love that. My second would be Loresho, the 4-bedroom, right?
Yeah.
I'll go with that. We have overstayed on this.
I'm getting signs.
All right. I'll say thank you for sticking with us up to this point. It's our first episode. However raw it has been, right? It's our first one. We'll get better as time goes by. I don't know. Say something before we call it quits.
This has been interesting. Of course, just as Boris has mentioned, it's our first, but we'll get better with time. Bear with us. But I cannot wait for us to be able to invite other people coming from outside, give us their point of view, so that they will not say we're biased.
Yeah.
So it would be so lovely to have guests coming in. But thank you so much, Boris, for the far that you brought us as a company.
You're welcome.
You are our leader. You are our vision giver, and we appreciate you every single step of the way.
Thank you so much.
Personally, thank you for mentoring me. Thank you for pushing me and building me to the person that I am and the person that I will proceed to be.
You're welcome. And thank you for being my first guest on that seat. You're really welcome. And thank you so much for sticking with us up at this time. I mean, it's your guy Boris Yelstine. They still call me the wolf of real estate, and I still don't know why. Maybe you can get to know that once we get to our next episode. See you on our next episode.